Hi there. Thanks for joining me today. I'm Tina Carini with Sponge and Stamp with Tina. So come make a card with me today. I have a very cute and simple card to make using the Countryside Inn Designer Series paper and the Circle Sayings bundle. So the Circle Sayings bundle that comes with the 2 3/8 inch circle punch. Oh, you can see my camera there. So, speaking of camera, my good camera broke, so I'm using this one. So it's not quite as clear. I hope that you guys just that you can see okay and just kind of forgive me, please. And let's see. So anyway, to get back to this is Circle Sayings bundle, and I really love this. I've been having so much fun with it. And the designer series paper is like I said, the Countryside Inn designer series paper, which is on sale right now. And it is also in low inventory. So if you want this, grab it up fast. And I'll have links to my store down below with all the measurements of this card. But this is it. This is really beautiful. So you get 12 sheets all together. There are 6 designs. Actually, no, I'm sorry. There are 12 designs, but there's six sheets, 12 in total, if that makes sense. So let me show you. So we have this one, which is really pretty. And then look at the bunnies on this. Aren't they just absolutely adorable? And then we have the fox, which is so super, super cute. And then we have birds. I love this. So the colors in this paper are balmy blue, boho blue, I believe, night of navy, and misty moonlight. So let me see. There's the birds. And then there's this one. This one is so cute too. I really love it. I wish that my camera quality was better so that you could really see these colors, because they're just so bright and cheerful. I really love them. And then we have this one, and this is just about all I have left out of 2 sheets of this. I use this for my card class, in-person card class that's coming up this month. And we're using this side on our card today. So this is really, really pretty paper. I love it. I absolutely love it. Okay, so this is the card that we're going to be making. I think I might have already showed it to you. I think this card turned out so cute. Let me see if I can get it up closer so that you guys can see it, because it looks so foggy on my end. I hope it's not so foggy on your end. So this is the card. So what you're going to need is you're going to need a card base. We're using Misty Moonlight. This is 8.5 by 5.5. Scored at 4 1/4. So we're going to go ahead and fold that at the score line. I'm going to use my bone folder to give it a nice crisp fold. And then we have a piece of crumb cake, which is 5.5 by 3 3/4. And it is going to go down right here. And then we have the piece of designer series paper. This is 5.5 by 2 1/4, and it's going to go right like so, just like that. And then we have some scrap to punch out our circles, and we're going to use our circle punch, our 2 3/8 circle punch. Let me stick that right in there, give it a nice little punch. And I have some crud on the back of that, so let me get a piece of scrap that we can. It actually wasn't crud. It was Crumb Cake ink got on it somehow or another. Probably me, because I'm messy. So let's go ahead and punch another one out real fast. There we go. All right. So we're going to do some stamping on this one. And let's bring in our piercing mat so that we can get nice, crisp stamped images, because we're using photopolymer. So with photopolymer, you always want to use some type of a cushion so that you get cleaner images, stamped images. I'm also not going to adhere these, because what we're going to do is I'm going to kind of sort of eyeball where I want this. And then I'm going to take my circle and I'm going to put my circle where I want it to be. So kind of like there. And then I'm going to take a pencil and I'm going to lightly go around this. This just gives me, if you know of an easier way, please comment in the comments on how you would do this. That's easier, but that's how I'm going to do it. So that tells me where I'm going to stamp my little rays here, which actually I think look like seashells. So I thought it was perfect. So it could be sun rays or it could be seashells. So I'm going to move this out of the way. And then we're going to come in with some Crumb Cake ink right here. So we've got Crumb Cake. My desk is such a mess because I've been designing cards for my card class and also for a couple of YouTube's videos. And so it's been a lot of fun. So hopefully I won't stick my head in here so that I can see where I'm stamping. Wow, we got a lot of shadowing going on too. I'm so sorry. So I'm just going to go around, and this may not be perfect, but it's going to be all right. I think I'm going way below my circled line, so that's all right. So let's just let this dry a little bit, and then we're going to come in with our eraser, especially since I stamped so low past that line. I hope it's going to be all right anyway, because this is my very last piece of Crumb Cake. I don't want to waste it, although I can flip it over and use the other side. So let's get all of that. So what you could do, which I did in this one, I don't think it shows up in camera, but in person it does. So I used a little bit of our Stampin' Blends in the dark petal pink, and I just kind of did some lines coming up like that just to give it a little bit extra something something. You can't really see it unless you look closely, but I see it. I know it's there. So you don't have to do this part if you don't want to. Just like that, just so that it gives it a little something something. Okay, now we're going to come in and we're going to put this together. But, okay, so let me close this because I know I'm going to throw something right in there. I'm going to use a little bit of my liquid glue, and I'm going to put some of this on the back of this in the corners to kind of hold that down. And then I'm going to place it right to the side here. I think that that's probably going to be good. I'm going to move it over just a little bit more because I stamped so far in and I don't really want it to be that far in. And then we're going to come like this with this piece right here. I thought that this piece, and that's going to work. Okay, I thought that this piece looked kind of nautical or beachy when I saw it. And I couldn't wait to do a card using some type of a seashells or something. So when the circled sayings had the seashells in it, I thought, oh, this is just perfect. So it's just a different way that you can use the stamp sets with the paper that don't necessarily come in a suite together. But that's one of the things that I love about Stampin' Up! Is that so much of the stuff just coordinates and just looks so beautiful together, whether it was meant to be or not. It just does. It's just really awesome. So we have this, and I am going to stamp the seashells in Crumb Cake. So hopefully this is going to be okay. My ink pad got a little bit of blue in it somehow or another, maybe from a class or maybe something I did, who knows. But anyway, so that's going to go like that. And we're just going to stamp that down towards the bottom here, just like that. Hopefully I made it on the circle. It's photopolymer, so it's kind of see-through. That one didn't stamp very well, but it's, you know what, I'm going to stamp it again. We can turn that over because that's the great thing, is it's double-sided. So you can use both sides if it doesn't work out for you. So we're going to come down here again. I'm going to try to line this up. I'm having a hard time seeing the white on white, but think we'll be all right. It doesn't have to be perfect. I came a little higher up than what I wanted, but I think it's going to be just okay. All right, so we're going to come in with the Misty Moonlight, and we're going to take our Warm Hello, and we're going to ink that up, and then we're just going to stamp that probably, let's see, right about here. I think that's going to be nice. Hopefully I just stamped that straight and it looks okay to me. All right, there we go. So now we're going to color. So, oops, I just dropped an acrylic block. That's all right. We're going to come in and I'm going to try to do some shading. Sometimes it's difficult when you have little pieces like this, but we're going to try. So I'm going to try and guess where the artist did some shading, and that's where I'm going to put some of the dark petal pink in here. And that's just what I'm going to do. So I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to come in like that, I think. The starfish, I think we're just going to go ahead and do that pretty much all dark, except for maybe the tips. Okay. And then this one, I think I'm going to do it dark coming out, and then we'll get lighter as we go in. This one, we're going to go dark here, and we're going to go dark right in there. And then we're going to go dark here. And I think that's probably good enough. And then we're going to come in with our light petal pink. And we're just going to kind of go where we think that it's going to be a little lighter. So just like so. And then here. So I'm going to bring that out just like that. And then right in here just to kind of give it a little bit of something, something. So there we go. So let me bring that up so that hopefully you can see that a little better. Isn't that pretty? I absolutely just love this. So then all we're going to do now is we're going to put some dimensionals on the back. You can put 2. I always put 3. Just to, if you're mailing it, you don't want it to get too lopsided or smushed on one side or whatever. And then we're just going to line that up right here with our little rays or our seashells, whatever you want to call them. And then there we go. So now all we have is the inside piece. We're going to put that on there. I think this is like 3 3/4 by 5, I believe is what the size of this is. And we are going to just stamp. We're going to bring in, you know what? Let's bring in our shells, except for really, you know what? Maybe we can do, no, we're going to do, I'm going to stamp them in petal pink. Let me get some petal pink here. I'm going to stamp them in petal pink. We're going to see how that looks. I think it's going to be okay. If you wanted to stamp them and color them in the inside, by all means, go right ahead. Oops, sorry, I bumped my camera. I'm going to clean this off a bit, though. Hopefully, I have one of my cleaning pads here. And one of my chamois. Hopefully, this is not dry. It's still somewhat damp. I'm going to clean that off. And then we are going to ink this up in the petal pink. And we are just going to do just like a corner right here. So you could do that and just leave it like that. Or you could, which is what I'm going to do, just stamp it right up on the top like that. Okay, so we got that going on, and I think that looks really pretty. And then we're going to stamp a warm hello, because you're awesome. And we're going to do that in the Misty Moonlight as well. So let's go ahead, ink that up. And let me pull this a little closer to me, just like so. We're going to stamp that right in the center just like that. Hopefully I got that straight, but something tells me I did not. Hope it's okay. All right, there we go. So now we're going to adhere that to the inside of our card. And then we're going to be all done with this card. So if you guys are not on my newsletter, I'm having a hard time getting the link to work because I'm not computer suave, but you can email me and at spongeandstamp@hotmail.com and request to be put on my email list, and I would be happy to do that. Or, oh, I just smeared that. You can, yeah, that would work. Let's see. And, or you can message me on here too. You can comment that you would like to be on my email, and then you can email me your email address so that not everybody sees your email. Let's see. There we go. I think that that looks so good. What do you guys think? Don't forget that we're having Stampin' Up! Is having a designer series paper sale going on this month. And this Countryside in Sweet, or not Sweet, but Countryside in Designer Series paper is on that list, and it is beautiful. So I hope that you guys make this card and have fun with it. And thank you for joining me, and I will see you later. Toodaloo.